Hello and welcome to your weekly business news recap on S24. We track a historic shift in the Nigerian economy from a dramatic cooling in food prices to a resurgent Naira and bold executive move in the oil sector. The landscape is shifting rapidly, and here are the top stories shaping the markets today. In a historic milestone, Nigeria joins its regional peers as food inflation slowed to a 8.89% in January, the first single-digit reading in over a decade. Overall inflation cooled to 15.10%, driven by lower costs for fuel, gas, and essential staples. And on cooking gas relief, prices for liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) continues to cool following an import boom and increased domestic supply. On a more sober note, healthcare experts warns that Nigeria needs 32 billion naira to equip primary healthcare centers with life-saving antivenoms. And in the Naira and micro-stability, the local currency reached a milestone of 1,347.78 naira per dollar at the official window. And the gap closes as speculators are offloading dollar as the premium between official and parallel markets narrowed to just 0.29%. On foreign reserve surge, the Naira stability is backed by a formidable buffer, with external reserve climbing past the $48.5 billion mark. And in continent ambition, CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso declared Nigeria is now at the center of Africa's single currency plan, hosting key monetary institutes. In Tinubu's NNPC shakeup, a new executive order mandates the NNPC to cough up cash, ending the 30% retention fee and directing all oil revenues to the Federation's accounts. Pegasus warning. Labor unions warns that this revenue directive could eventually lead to job losses within the oil giants. Private petroleum marketers are seeking $10 billion in investment for new refinery projects to ensure energy security. And in power paradox, despite gas wealth, part of the country faces outages as stakeholders decry zero funding for critical power infrastructure. And in trades, talk and infrastructure, China-Nigeria relations, a new zero-tariff regime has opened a fresh chapter in bilateral trade between the two nations. And in market rebound, the bulls are back on the exchange. Stocks gained 0.56% in today's sections as investors' confidence returns. Economic experts argue that Nigeria's goal of a 1 trillion naira economy is unattainable without aggressive industrialization. And in infrastructure and housing, while a 500,000 units mega housing project is set for launch, analysts warn that the broader infrastructure deficit remains a barrier to growth. And in aviation, new policies are being rolled out to boost Nigeria's position in the global aircraft acquisition and leasing markets. In tax and reforms, the NRS has unveiled a strict timeline for e-invoicing, targeting full national compliance by January 2028. The NBCC is currently in London pitching Nigeria's reform agenda to wary but curious global investors. And in tech tycoon Leo Stan Eke has scored President Tinubu's economic reform high, citing improved transparency. That's it on our business recap for today. With the Naira holding firm and inflation finally losing its sting, the road to 2027 looks markedly different than it did a year ago. We will continue to monitor these developments as they unfold. I am Hadiza Galadima. Thank you for joining us.